Hi, I'm Sunny J. Welcome to the Orlando Housewives Season 1 Reunion. So let me introduce you. We have Janet.
Hi everyone.
And Debbie.
Hello, good to see you.
And Deanna.
Hello, how's everyone?
And our executive producer, Dr. Solomon.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
And producer Joy.
Hello, how's everybody doing today?
And of course, everyone looks gorgeous as always. So this has been a season of highs and some dramatic lows, but it's been a great season, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, you know, Janet, having the first event for the season, that beautiful all-white party, what kind of pressure was that for you?
It was a lot. So, and here's the reason why. I'm used to hosting a lot of parties. We have a big family. So like Thanksgiving, there's 20, 30 people. However, my girlfriend Tracy told me I had to make it nice so that I couldn't use my crock pots and I had to make things look a little fancy. So it took a lot of work. I had to schmooze up the house and to have nice serving platters like charcuterie boards that Deborah brought over. They met with Tracy's standards. So it was so much fun though, because everyone came over, everyone helped. It was great. Leading up to it, Tracy flew in days ahead of time. Deborah came over. I think you kept coming over too.
She kept coming over.
Yes, and Randolph went down to Miami and got cut flowers for us because according to Tracy, we had to have a lot of fresh flowers, long stem. So it was a lot of work, but definitely a lot of fun and well worth it.
And they were beautiful. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But having all these strangers in your house for 12 hours, what was that like?
That was totally cool with me. I'm really easygoing with things like that. Yeah, it was. I mean, everyone was every nook and cranny of my house, bedrooms. Yes, it was well used.
Absolutely, they were everywhere. Yeah. Well, now that was the first party, the all white. Now, I know with that there was a cost.
Yes, Habitat for Humanity.
And why is that special to you?
So as a young girl, I was separated from my mom. When we were young, she couldn't afford us, so she put us in a car, she drove us across the country, and I wasn't raised by my mom, so she took us to my dad's, who I love, who raised us, but I didn't get to be raised by my mom. And so Habitat is an organization filled with people just like my mom, who have good hearts, who are trying to make a difference, who are working to raise their children but don't have quite enough. And so Habitat provides them, and that they give them interest-free mortgages. They provide them the house to start with. They have to work and put in like 500 hours to help build them. So Habitat is filled with people just like my family when I was young, and it puts a roof over their head and it keeps families together.
Awesome, so great cause, yes. Great cause.
I was wondering, how often do you work with Habitat Humanity building houses?
So sometimes it can be like 2 or 3 weekends in a month, but then sometimes we may go 6 months without doing any builds.
Oh wow.
Our most recent project is we're wanting to put a solar hot water system on a Habitat house. We've done this before. And so we're working on one there in Winter Park.
Didn't you go help out Dr. Solomon?
She did. She and Frankie came. It was wonderful.
Right, Jaya did a great job because she was in the ceiling running wire.
What?
One of the time I thought she was gonna, but she's pretty good at what she does. I mean, it was awesome to just see one of the Orlando Housewives doing what she do best by giving back. Right. You know, that's what the show is about. But it was great.
You know, that's the beauty of Habitat for Humanity. They teach you everything you need to know. So I've hung fairing strips. The day that you had come, we were doing wiring. And so we were taking wiring through the ceiling to the cans where they have the ceiling lighting. And it's pretty incredible that they can teach lay people who have never built anything in their lives to do these things.
And it was very intense because she was up in the ladder in the ceiling top. I'm like, oh God.
But it was almost like simple jobs like painting.
Yes,
painting.
Yes, very simple.
And little small things that anybody can participate in, especially if you don't have skills like Janet has. And
oh yeah, I played sod before too.
Oh wow.
Dirt from head to toe.
Yeah, and do the smallest of things.
Yes.
That's really cool.
It is cool. That's amazing. Of course, you are an engineer too. So, but You know,
A blonde.
a blonde engineer. She likes to say that part.
Different, very good enough. Different category.
A different category. Well, you know, and that was a beautiful party. And then Debbie or Deborah came with the pink party celebrating breast cancer. Now, it was the second big event. So was there some friendly competition about?
I didn't think of it as competition. Deborah helped me. I think I asked.
Yeah,
if you
no,
needed
we
anything.
pitch in wherever anybody needs. To me, it was fun and it was exciting. I look forward to the day. I had one disappointment with it. I had hoped to have a massage table set up on the dock for the guys, and I was told that I couldn't do it because it would be in the background and a distraction to the filming. So there was one piece that was missing because I felt when the women are having the luncheon, some of us drove from quite a distance, and so I wanted to make sure that the men had something, a lunch to eat and some entertainment. So that had to shift slightly, but it all ended up well. We had fun, and the guys had a lunch on the lower deck. We were on the upper deck, and it was just fun.
Now,
I mean,
She
we live
has
on a
wonderful
lake where there's
speakers.
plenty of big boy toys.
Right.
I'm sure there was plenty for them to do. You were probably overthinking that.
Now, Deborah took a different approach. She hired someone to decorate
I
for
did.
her, to bring in the tables and all of that.
That was the friendly competition. She didn't tell you that. But it's okay.
They were both lovely.
Absolutely. The all white was beautiful.
Never noticed.
The pink, but I mean, it was for a great cause also.
Yes, it was.
You know.
It's near and dear to my heart. Being a breast cancer survivor, it definitely tugs at you, and I was very honored that we had Ken Powell speak and another lady speak and share their stories.
survivors themselves.
Yes, and Pam not only one time but a 2-time survivor, so she's really special, and her zest for life is incredible, and it was just wonderful having her there.
And also that show, the rating on the Now Network is very high. Thank God for that. But that show hit the eye because it's breast cancer. There is a very touching subject when they come, and the key thing that Deborah talked about, you choose faith over fear. And that was such amazing because so many women across the nation, over 263 million home in 88 countries, watch that. And of course, the network could tell the rating, it went up. But the rating is great with the show, thank God for that. But that week was high because it was about breast cancer, because
It was real.
Yeah.
It was real.
Absolutely was real.
And it touches a lot of different people. You know, I mean, how many people know somebody that has gone through breast cancer or have a relative? You know, my own sister passed away from breast cancer last year.
Right.
And I had a friend the year before, a good friend of mine that I worked with, that passed away due to breast cancer as well. So it touches a lot of people. And so that subject moves a lot of hearts, you know.
Sure.
It does tend to change your life too.
Unfortunately, it touches more lives than we want it to, and hopefully with the research coming out and the treatments, it will be a thing of the past, hopefully in time. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. But your story was very inspirational,
thank you.
right? In regards to how
It's been a journey.
you went through it, and now you're mentoring other people through all of this. So
It's very rewarding, and just knowing how they feel being in those shoes, and I just want to be there for them.
yeah. So that was wonderful. So now we got to go this way. So Miss Deanna, with your wonderful event with the Toys for Tots and all of that, and people pulling up with yachts and all your crazy friends, tell us
Crazy.
tell us what that was like putting that together.
That was, it was a lot of fun. Actually, something that I enjoy every year, doing something special for Florida Children's Home and Toys for Tots. So I enjoyed every bit and pieces of my crazy friends, the celebration, and just having friends over that recognize there are others in great need. And when you have much, I believe much is expected of you. And all our friends brought toys. We raised like $5,000 in contributions, so
Wow, that's awesome.
other children could experience what probably most of us had the opportunity to, for the most part. So I was pleased with those that came, and It was a beautiful outdoor setting by the water, and wasn't one-upping. I didn't even think about the flowers. Nobody told me about the memo about the flowers. They came from Publix, okay? But very nice day, and I appreciate everyone that came and supported and brought a toy too, especially those that brought toys.
And it was beautiful. And it
Yeah.
was Dr. Solomon's anniversary, and the cake was gorgeous.
And that cake,
Oh my God.
we searched out the best of the best
It
cake
was.
makers. The lady was from Tampa, and Ariel, my daughter, picked it up and brought it all the way. It was gorgeous. Yes,
was.
and we surprised her, so she had no
Yeah,
idea.
it was.
The best part is when you surprise people, right? You're there for another reason, and then you're able to celebrate and come together for a great anniversary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
but,
and
it's the
it
same.
did mean a lot to me and my husband. Because I always say I don't really know how to receive, because I always give it, but that was great. Thank you.
Yeah.
The cake was so good. I still think about it today. But it was awesome. Not only that, but Deanna opened her home to me and my husband, and one of the greatest hostess when I was there. She just was awesome.
Yeah, she got to spend the night,
Spend the night.
and everybody came for the pre-party,
Yeah.
get
Yes, the
together.
pre-party.
It was a good time overall.
It was great. It was good
Yeah.
to see.
Coming together for a reason.
Exactly. That's what the show is about. Coming together in power, embrace, and support each other. So it was great.
It was beautiful. So like I said, great highs, wonderful times, and there was some terrible lows. Like, unfortunately, Lisa, who's not with us today, had the tree fall through her
Oh, yes.
roof during Hurricane Ian. So our heart goes out to her and everybody else that's still trying to recover,
Yeah.
from that,
And then the
right?
second one came through her roof when Hurricane Nicole, so she had two.
And they're actually gutting her house
Oh, wow.
today.
Wow.
As
Wow.
Trying to get repairs and everything.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's, I couldn't
a lot.
imagine.
Definitely a low.
Yeah, it's
that's
definitely a
big
low, and our
low.
hearts definitely go out to her and everyone else that's still dealing with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people just moved in like a couple weeks, and that
Yes,
happens.
Exactly.
So, like I said, it's been so much. What would you say that is your takeaway from this season, Dr. Solomon? What's your takeaway from this season?
My takeaway from the season is I did something that I set out to do 5 years ago, and I stepped out in faith and funded on my own. I always say to people, don't never listen to the naysayer when you say you can't do it, but you can do all things through Christ to strengthen you. Not only that, able to a network to pick it up and post it. Not that I have different network now calling me, reaching out to me. Matter of fact, I got a contract over. I was gonna hold on to that to want to pick it up. So that's my great highs for this, that in spite of so many difficulty times, because even doing this show, it's a lot of rough time for me. And I have a sister that I'm dealing with right now, under the grace of God, and my health issue. But through God's grace and His mercy, because I'm a woman of faith. And so that was my takeaway from it, that now that network are looking at it, because they saw that people don't want to see violence in television.
Right.
They want to see that women from all color, all race, could come together and support each other. And when there's an issue, you talk about it, you fix it, and you move on. So that was my great highs.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, right? When there is an issue, you talk about it and you move on. So I know that we've developed some great friendships through this. It's been a journey, right? It's been a journey of a couple years, and we've developed great friendships. We have also had opportunities to grow, right? And everybody has a life. Everybody has a life outside of this show.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Solomon says, with her own health issues, with her sister, with all the challenges of putting this show together, everybody has a life, right? And we kind of develop connections. So Jan, I got a question for you.
Yes.
You have a great connection with Dr. Carl.
Yes.
And Dr. Carl is kind of your go-to, isn't he?
He is.
Is there a reason why you don't contact us and you talk to Dr. Carl?
Because he calls me.
Ah!
Text me, calls, and we just chat, or I'll be talking to Deborah, and Carl's hollering in the background.
He's definitely good at hollering in the background.
He's definitely good at that, right? Okay, because I know communication is key, right? And not everybody knows what's going
I
on.
want to chime in a little bit on that. There's nothing wrong with having a person that you could talk to. Because doing this, for me, I met a lot of great ladies during this time. The one thing for me that I want, that when there's an issue, there's a problem with anything, even if it's me or anybody, I believe that it should come directly to the team or us, not from a second end to say, well, talk about it. I felt this is why when I put the show together, when God gave me the vision and the revelation, I said, we're gonna have issues. Nobody's perfect. But I wanted to able to hear about the issue, talk about it, and let's move on. That's what the show about. Is to call. Everyone saying, Janet, if you have a problem with me, not that I said we have a problem. Just pick up the phone and say, Dr. Simon, you know what? I didn't like this. This was sad. And what you think about it? But the thing for me, I want to see that. That's my pet peeve. And that was my load taken away from the show. When things happen, we need to call the individual, talk about it. Let's reason together and fix the problem and see what we could do to make things different. Because none of us sitting here is perfect. None of us. We all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And when there's something happen versus to being on the phone, and that's my low P for this show. That's, and you said the eyes of the low. That was my lows.
That was your low. Okay. So you know what? Let's go. Do you have any lows, Deb?
Just maybe that we don't get together more often. I really have fun with everybody, and hope that moving forward, we all have our busy lives, like we said, but that we can make more time and have some more fun. Because let's admit, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah. We have another guest with us today.
Oh, yes.
Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. How you
Welcome,
doing?
Jennifer.
So fabulous seeing you today.
You look beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous, as always. So now, we've talked about highs and lows and things that are happening in our lives, maybe things that have not been shown that people don't know.
Now you're in the hot seat.
Like, your turn. So, what's going on in your life you want to share that people don't know about you?
Oh, if you don't know, I don't know. That's before I know.
So you're raising 11 foster children.
I am.
Which is fabulous.
Yeah.
And teenagers.
And teenagers.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
One of my previous foster daughters, she does not live with me right now. She is older. She's in her 20s now. She just recently found out that she's pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yes, be a
That's exciting.
How did you get into foster parenting? My parents were also foster parents. And so what inspired you to get into it? I'm always interested because I contemplating it years ago, but my sister was also a foster parent as well, to like 20 kids at one time.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
So for me, I love love. I've just always been a really loving person, and when I had my children, I just noticed that when I had other children around, I just always seemed to really gravitate towards wanting to take care of a lot of children. I always dreamed of having a very large family. My ex-husband did not really want that. When we started having children, we only had 3 girls. And then when the opportunity came to have another child, he didn't really want to have another boy, or to try to have another boy. The opportunity did get put in front of us to adopt. He was hesitant to do that, but I really insisted because it was really in my heart to really have a boy. And he had said jokingly one time, the only way I would have another child is if he could guarantee me it would be a boy.
Oh, wow.
And it was kind of where I joked and said, well, you know what, 100% it would be a boy. right? So,
Right.
Can't deny that, right?
Right.
If adopted, it would be a boy.
Right.
So I went forward with it, did all the paperwork, and my son is wonderful. I love him. He's amazing. Originally, we had gone to get an older child to try to fit where my children already were. But that didn't work out. That journey is tough.
Yeah, no,
when
it's
you
tough,
start
period.
looking.
Different ages.
It is for the better part of, I want to say it was about a year. We were matched, but it didn't always work out, and it wasn't the children or us. It was more so just that the fits just weren't there. They were either maybe a little further and they still had family that wanted to stay connected, or they needed to be in a different range in the family, maybe older or younger, and then that wasn't going to be a good fit either. But then a little boy, which is my son, ended up just falling on my caseworker's desk, and that was the best fit, but ended up being a baby.
Oh,
And
wow.
that was not what we were actually looking for, but
Wow.
which is ironic in foster care because it's actually usually very difficult to find a baby.
Right.
But we ended up having a baby. He was at the time 8, almost 9 months old. I'm very close with his biological family, so that's wonderful. He does have other siblings, but we discussed that in the beginning. His aunt adopted those siblings, but we parent separately, so they're not intertwined. She wants to be mom, and I'll be mom. I was okay with it if they were going to be siblings, but she wants to parent differently,
I'd
which
love
I
you for taking
respect.
care
So
of those kids.
yeah, so it's
Give them
great.
love.
But with that, so I left my license open after adopting my son, and then when my husband and I separated and then divorced, that was where it came up for a renewal, and I had discussed with my caseworker, letting it go, and she had said, well, you could just babysit for other foster parents. You're so loving, and you have said wanting to have larger family and all of that. And I was like, okay. So I did, and then I loved it. I loved it so much, and it was so great. And then they were like, well, these kids, when they came back, they were like, oh, we really love being at a place. I was like, well, I mean, I did it okay, I could keep them. And they were like, okay. And then they're, oh, Jen, there's 3 kids, and they're, they need so much. Could you take them? Like, okay, I'll take them. And then, oh, there's 2 more. Would you be able to take 2 more? Okay. And then we had 3 more, and and so it's just like, okay. And they put them all in the car, and then, you're 7 on your doorstep, right? So
So you need a special vehicle then to transport.
in the beginning, I kept them all same age range, right? I was a little scared to do older than my children because I want to stay the same. But then I had children come that were in sibling sets that were older, and then they weren't so scary. And they were so helpful and so sweet, and then it seemed like, okay, well then I'll just take anybody. So now I, 17 all the way down to babies, so I take anybody. But yeah, so now just anyone, and now I've been doing it almost 9 years, and my littles have turned into adults, and they're doing so great, and they come back by choice and come visit and stay in contact.
And to
So-
say that
awesome.
everybody can be a foster mom.
Right.
A lot of these foster moms that we have today, they are abusing the kids. So what a say blessing to you, Jennifer, for
Yes.
doing that.
Thank you.
Very, very special person. Very,
Yeah.
very special person.
I love it. I love it very much. It's brought so many blessings to my life, and I can't say enough good stuff. It has its journey. It's not always easy. There's challenges. I think when you welcome anything in your life, right? It changes perspective, the dynamics of your own life, my children's life, But I think with every blessing, there is an opportunity to grow, right? You're looking at certain
avenues of opening your own eyes to what's going on in the world. If you don't want to see change happen, you're helping your community in more ways than what you could possibly ever do, because these are people. They need love. They need somewhere to feel like a home. So, if it's not you, where else are they going to go? So, and things that I didn't know that I even did, I think is the things that have been the humbling the most for me. Some kids I've only had for just a night have been the ones I think were the ones that I helped the most.
Wow.
They've come back and been like, thank you. I had this one girl, she had no shoes. She just came, long story, but a bad removal, very traumatic, lots of things. It was a drug bust, and unfortunately parents not the best. And a lot of children, 8 in the family. And the oldest, very much parentified, so took care of all children. And she had gathered everything for all of the children and nothing for herself. Wow. So she had nothing for her. She was about 14. And she had no shoes or anything. She had just ran with all of them, gotten them in the car so they could see nothing that was going on with mom and dad, to get them into the police department to leave. And so when she got to my place, no shoes, no anything. And so one of the things I said to her was, honey, you're about my size. Like, take what you want. Pick something pretty.
Right.
They're just shoes out of their place. And she was like, really? Anything?
Wow.
And I was like, I can always buy one of your shoes.
Right.
You do what you like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And that girl has been the sweetest thing. And she's in college and she's doing so great. I'm so proud of her.
Aw, that's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
She's just the cutest thing. And that stuff, right. It's those things where it's like,
the impact you make for that one night, if it's just one night or if it's a 1 month. They say that impact can stay with children.
right.
And obviously when they come back and visit you afterwards as an adult, that's where it speaks volumes for you. Having the sisters and brothers come in and out, as I had mentioned previously.
Right.
You see a lot. And when they come back, it's even better as an adult, because then they tell you how much you impacted them. So great job to you.
So that's what this show is about, right? Like Dr. Solomon's vision of empowering and building each other up and giving back to the community, which all of you do, from what you do, from what Deb does. And you know what, you never now what is your title right now? Don't you have a title right now?
Oh, yes, with the pageant.
Right, what's your title?
Miss America's United States.
All right, and Coach Janet, you have had a title. What was your title?
Mrs. Florida America and World's Perfect Woman.
All right.
And Deanna?
Mrs. Florida, United States, and Mrs. Florida International.
Absolutely. So, and I know Deb's over there taking lessons, right?
I've never been in a pageant.
But I know Janet's been teaching you.
Fabulous.
One of those cookies.
That's right. The cookies, right? I don't think
One day.
I don't think we've had an event that you haven't brought cookies. Did you bring cookies today?
I didn't. I broke down.
Oh,
And
okay.
a charcuterie board.
Yes,
Charcuterie.
because she makes wonderful cookies. I think we've had cookies for everything.
Yes,
I
decorated.
do have fun.
My retirement.
Right. So, it's been a wonderful journey. Looking behind, what has happened in your life that you haven't shared for this past year and a half?
So Brian and I have tons of things going on. So I retired from
PG,
corporate.
keep it PG.
Well, we are still newlyweds. So he just recently retired from being a full-time surgeon, and I retired from corporate America as engineer and project manager about a year ago. So we have lots coming up. We're going with Deanna to Pennsylvania. I'm emceeing a pageant.
Marathon.
And we're going to Marathon next month. And we want to go see Dry Tortuga National Park. That's down off the Keys. We also
They think about doing a lot of traveling now.
yes, and so I've been invited to MC. I love emceeing pageants, so I have one coming up weekend after next. I'm flying into Tennessee. I'll be emceeing the Tennessee America pageant. Brian will be judging.
Oh.
We've been invited to go to the Philippines. I'll be a red carpet hostess, and Brian will be judging a pageant there. We have a place in Montana, so we are going there for over a month.
Oh, wow.
I was hoping to see you guys.
We almost were.
Yeah, and I think Deanna may be coming for that. And then we have in Italy. We went to Italy in October, but one of our friends lost her passport at the airport.
Wow.
Oh,
We stayed in New York an extra day trying to get an emergency passport, and they weren't able to take her in, so she had to go back home.
Wow.
We
Oh,
went
wow.
because it was business. My husband did a surgery over there, and they had some other stuff going on, and we had pleasure too.
Of course.
Yes, but so we're doing the trip. Well, yeah, we had lots of that.
Now we're getting into it.
Deanna knows me well. But we're going again, I think, in October, and this time with the friend. Hopefully, she won't lose her passport.
Absolutely.
So lots of stuff.
That's
lots of
a lot.
stuff going on.
Yeah. So you made him retire so he can spend more time with you.
Yes, definitely. Yes, and I'm still doing my image consulting as well.
Absolutely. What's going on with you, Deb?
Well, we've got some travel plans. We're going to be going on catamaran in the islands in the Caribbean with another couple, John and Sheila, and we're looking forward to that. We were going to go to Montana. I thought I might hook up with Janet for dinner maybe, but we've changed those plans. So just doing some projects around the house. And
Making lots
I
more
worked on
cookies.
the outside of the house this year. Want to get the inside of the house.
Oh, okay. Home projects.
okay.
What about you, Deanna? What's coming up?
Well, this past year I retired, so I sold my portion of my stock in the company that purchased my original company. And we have done nothing but travel. We just got back from St. Bart, St. Thomas, Barbados. We're going to Marathon next week. We're going to Pennsylvania. We're going any and everywhere we could possibly go. Every 2 weeks we have a trip
Oh,
scheduled.
wow.
Nice.
And so we're going to take the boat down to Marathon, hopefully, and then we're going to go to Key Largo another week in the next few months. And just every month we're doing something. We're going to try to incorporate the grandkids into one of the trips also, because we always do family trips. We usually do the 4th of July lobstering. So that's going to come up. But every few weeks we're on a trip.
On a trip. Wow, you guys gonna be doing.
Next Wednesday, I'm going to Utah to Park City to ski. So
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm
Lots of travel. Everybody's traveling and all that. And then we have Dr. Solomon, who has lots of work to do.
Oh Lord, don't call me.
She's got so many things going on.
Yeah, I have a lot of show coming up. I have a new show called Orlando Center for Takeover, showing on
Entrepreneur takeover, yeah.
entrepreneur taking over, and then I have Siesta Key, Sarasota Housewife that we're working in, and
Tampa.
And Tampa Housewives. And
so I have a lot going on. And first of all, I'm getting ready to do my surgery next month, and hopefully after that I'll be able to pick up and keep on doing what I love to do, which is produce, and want to be one of the best producers here in Central Florida. I'm learning, and every day is something new for me, and God is putting a great team together for me, and because teamwork makes dream work. And,
absolutely.
the sky's the limit for me, and I know I'm supposed to be going on I want to invite me and my husband to a cruise, but I'm thinking about it. No, I ain't never been on a cruise before.
A cruise you have not? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've been on 2 in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
I love them.
And then I'm going on a trip with the girls, and then next weekend we're having a girl trip with Top Housewives. So a lot of stuff going on. But the key things for me is everything that I'm doing in my life, God is the most important. Because without it, none of what I'm doing is possible. So, I'm just excited about what 2023 holds for me. So that's right. And then we have season 2 of Orlandohousewives coming. So that's what I'm doing.
And besides all the shows you're doing, aren't you launching a brand new network?
Oh yes, I'm gonna make that
You just forgot?
Yes.
You're launching a whole network?
Yes, I was given the opportunity on my own network, my own television network, which the name of it would be RFS TV Network. That gave me opportunity to get Opera TV,
Amazon Fire Stick,
Fire Stick,
Roku.
Roku,
Yeah, all over the place.
all over.
Mhm.
And I give people out there, and I believe that God entrusts me with this because people that wanted to now I've got to work harder to bring people on the contents and to just like the whole network and all that. So God been good in spite of all the things that I've been through 2022. So He still is in the blessing business. So yes, I will be launching my own network on February the 1st, 2023. So now the Orlandohousewives, which we're doing the finale today, but all the show now is starting February 1st will be at my network.
And they'll be available on demand, right?
On demand.
It will be available on demand if you miss it.
Right, absolutely, which
You'll
is
still be
which is
able to see it.
which is important,
You'll find it quicker, faster, right?
which is very important. And the thing is, Dr. Solomon is she has 1,000 projects, so that's just a tip of the iceberg. Because there's always other things, there's conferences and other things that she's been planning and wanting to do, and King's Day and this and that. So so that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right, and then,
Yeah, and what she's building in Africa and all those things.
and then we just got invited to the Bahamas by the government for the Top Housewives. So a lot of good stuff. So what the Bible said, good things come to those that wait.
Absolutely.
And also the weeping may endure for a night, but the joy will come in the morning. And I believe that all my years in my this year I love to tell my age, I'll be 63. And I thank God for even in this age that I'm still going and doing the things I love to do. So it's a blessing. And I thank all of y'all ladies for the journey. It was, a great journey.
And we thank you.
Yeah.
Enjoy Aunt Sunny J.
It was awesome.
Team effort, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I call him my dog. That always keep me grounded. And also, I have other friends like Joyce is in the house today. So God is just moving, and most of all, I wanted to thank my husband because without him, none of what I'm doing would be possible. He'd be my rock, my best friend, and we're gonna bring in the guys them on later on to hear from them soon. So he's the one that keep me grounded and supporting my family.
I'd love to introduce my husband, Carl. Please join us.
Yes.
Hey. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield. I'm the only guy here. Where is everybody?
That's a good question.
We need you.
Oh boy.
That's an absolutely
What's
good
up, ladies? You all
question.
look beautiful, every single one of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love your jacket.
Yes.
I can take no credit for this jacket. Debbie took me to the store where Dr. Solomon shopped. And next thing I know, I'm trying on all these jackets, and I go, you really want me to wear that?
I love
I
it.
think you look great.
No.
I thought it looked like the Jack in a Box, you know what I mean? The Liberace. But these two women walked in.
You kind of look like Liberace. A little
Well, they've
bit.
been calling me Jerry. They think I look like Jerry Springer.
Well,
Remember the other day?
That's right. That's right.
With the
I can't
glasses
escape
on.
anything.
I like
So this
it.
one lady comes in and she goes, oh man, you got the swag on, bro. I go, what? And she's fist pumping me, and
I
another
thought I
lady
had
goes,
just a jacket on.
you look good. I go, God, if I got this response with a jacket and pants, yeah, I just gotta go around town.
Here we are.
Well, we're glad you're here. And I know you always have a lot to talk about. What's on your mind, Dr. Carl?
I'll be honest with you, a lot on my mind, but all my mind is positive. Yesterday, Debbie had her 3-year appointment with oncology for breast cancer. As you know, I'm very opinionated. I know a lot about medicine, and I push the envelope. And there were certain things I didn't want Debbie to go through, and the oncologist said we'll revisit that in 6 months, and I said we won't, but okay. And she got her report yesterday. Everything's perfect.
Oh,
Cancer-free.
praise God.
Her numbers are great. They told her she had osteopenia. I told her that was a bunch of BS. Turns out the supplements she's on that are all natural, they're not pharmaceuticals, are working. And even the oncologist said, So how do you know how to do all this? I go, I got more time than you. No, seriously. Doctors don't have time to do the research that's necessary. They have to listen to who's selling the product. And that's the truth. I see it in dentistry. So the good news, the final thing was that he looked at Debbie, goes, you know, you look amazing. And Debbie goes, oh, I gotta lose 15 pounds. You know, I gotta lose 15 pounds. He goes, no, you don't. And he goes, I gotta tell you, the best thing that ever happened to you, and I've been saying it since day one, is that you went on the Orlando Housewives.
Oh, wow.
He goes, I saw a change in you from the time, and I says, when was that? Because I already said it to Debbie, and she told me I was full of baloney. My next door neighbor, Betty, told Debbie, no, you're a lot.
She said it was bull.
Well, Debbie is a curse, as you already know.
Word of the day.
Usually what Debbie says to me is, don't humor yourself. Something like that. What's the other word you always say about me? Don't flatter yourself. Or something. And I go, but the oncologist said that the transformation that he saw with Debbie, all of a sudden she's hanging out with Janet and Deanna, and these are beauty queens, and they know how to walk, they know how to talk, they're in shape, they're beautiful, and they brought her into their hood. And she started learning these things, and Debbie's quiet. She's married to me. Come on.
She doesn't have a mess.
Oh, she has a minute. I give her a minute. Janet, you're giving her a lot of information. The wrong one, though. Come on, Janet. I want the other info. But I thought it was really refreshing to even hear a guy of science who's a doctor, who's on the top of breast cancer research in this country, saying that kind of positive living and doing what Debbie did, that's more than half the battle.
It's nice.
And so that was great news yesterday.
That's powerful.
And
That
it
is
all
powerful.
started because when I got the phone call to go on Orlando Housewives, Debbie didn't want any part of it. Debbie was in a space that wasn't great, even though she won't admit it, because you don't see it. When you live with somebody that's going through a medical condition, they don't see what you see.
Yeah, right.
And the camera never lies. So I was taking pictures of everything. And this has been great. I love that she now has a bigger voice. She speaks out. Tells me to shut up. Hey, you know, it's about time. So that has been.
Does he listen, Debbie?
No.
Okay, just check.
Excuse me. I listened. You bought these clothes.
She didn't tell you to shut up, though.
I told her I didn't want to buy the clothes. She goes, "You're getting them."
Good. I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there was a guy there that was going to a wedding. He goes, "Did your wife tell you what to do?" I go, "Buddy, married 42 years. Happy wife, happy life. I already figured it out. If this makes her happy, I'm okay." He goes, "Well, I think you look smoking hot." I go, "I think you're full of baloney."
I love the jacket.
Hey, you know,
And,
You know what? I
that's
find-
wonderful, because you always tell her what she should wear and take pictures. And you tell her what looks good. You tell her what looks
No,
good.
I gotta get corrected. There's accusations, again, communication. Dr. Carl, do you always have to take Deborah shopping and tell her what to wear and pick out her clothes? The answer is no. I'm a photographer and a dentist. I look at the head up, and now with photography, I look at clothes and pictures.
Yeah.
Every time I took her to a shop, because saleswomen, I'm not going to be too offended, but I'm not going to be politically correct. You look great,
Hey,
Janet, in that
yes,
dress.
yes.
It's polka dots and
You
green.
know it.
Oh, you look phenomenal. Even though she's got a great figure, it's garbage. She'll go home and her husband goes, "What the hell happened there?" So I started going with Debbie and taking pictures, and the salespeople looked at me like I'm a weirdo. And the one goes, "That dress, that's killing it." I go, "Oh no, that's terrible." Debbie, "Oh, Debbie." You know, Debbie, she doesn't offend anybody. I go, "You really think you look good in that?" You're not buying it. And that's what happens.
And so
I don't pick her clothes.
so she decided you're wearing this today, regardless.
We're married 42 years. You know, we don't fight over little things. We don't fight at all. We get maybe angry at each other or a little upset at each other, and I get told I talk too much. Oh, the other thing she did, the oncologist, I was right on everything, and that I don't mean that in an egotistical, arrogant way. I researched the hell out of everything. So I said to him, I said, "Was I right?" He goes, "100%. The last appointment, he tells Debbie, "What?" He says, "One of the side effects of chemotherapy is you got to listen to your husband because he's right." She goes, "I never got that side effect." Debbie would have never said that before. Debbie would have never said that before the Orlando Housewives. I said that, we both burst out laughing. So this Orlando Housewives, with all you women with your special story, you got to motivate and inspire people. You know, I'm tired of the negative. I was telling Chris over there, I said, stay around happy people. Don't go with people who have unhappy relationships. They'll bring you down. We have a friend, I'm not gonna, well, he'll probably get on here, I don't care. So, cheating on his wife. Can't hang around with that guy. Can't do it. Ain't gonna do it.
Well, statistical data does show that you surround yourself with positive people.
Yeah.
It heals your body faster, quicker, and you're able to overcome things when you know you have a foundation of good friends. So, yeah, so I think you've actually, in the last year and a half that I've known you, you've changed completely. So
I've changed? Oh, Debbie, right.
like you glow now. Like from the very first time I met you, and maybe you're like still moving through what you had just gone through with your cancer, but you just like glow now. So yes, I agree with you, Carl.
But she's learning, like, obviously I've been speaking my entire life. You women have been speaking, you can speak. She's learning how to do that more impromptu.
Oh,
It's not
she
easy.
has a good voice. She
I didn't say anything about her voice.
Come on, Debbie. You
No,
come on,
but I
say
was
something.
What did you say? What'd you say?
When you speak.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Come on, Debbie, say something.
Even today, I'm looking at her feature, her makeup, and it's just so different, and she looks blooming.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think, she looks so different. I didn't recognize
So,
her.
Dr. Solomon, your vision of bringing the show to empower women actually empowered women on the show.
So how do you feel being the only husband here today?
Well, as Dr. Solomon did testify, I've supported everything from day one. And I support my wife with everything. I take her to her doctor appointments. Sometimes she doesn't want me to go, but it's not happening. It's just not. But she loves this. She loves buying dresses. To see her happy 3 years after she came out of breast cancer, really? I mean, I don't understand men. I don't understand women either. But really, when you sign up for what we sign up, there's going to be pitfalls that may last a long time. But I just told this to a newlywed patients of mine. I go, just remember why you two got married. What attracted you to each other? Because in 10 years from now, so you may have a different outlook. Just go back to that time. He goes, how come you're so smart? I go, I sleep at Holiday Inn Expresses. I'm always there.
Because I'm always in trouble.
Well, that's Facebook. I'm in jail in Facebook.
That's funny. Now, since you said, is there any reason why we don't have any other husbands today?
Yeah, so Brian he's doing his recertification, even though he's retired from full-time being a doctor, he's working on his recertification. And it involves testing and everything.
Oh wow, he's doing some brain work.
Yes.
Okay.
And my husband is there all dressed to match, but I guess he's back there watching the door because we have some people coming about 4:30. But I told him to come on. I don't know why.
No, I gave him too much Coachella. Blame me.
I don't know why.
I didn't bring the Jacks this time.
Because
No.
he came prepared to be.
Yes, yes.
I don't know.
I think he's shy.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I said, Frankie, what's going on? He goes, I said, come on, Frankie, it'll be fun.
He's like, I need something to calm my nerves.
You didn't give him enough liquid courage.
Then,
Where you at, Frankie? You better defend yourself.
so you know I love Frankie. I'm always corrupting the guy, right? I'm bringing him Jack Daniels on sets and stuff. I says, you should have some of the chili. He goes, I already got it. He opened up the freezer. But that's not why he didn't come on. He's shy.
Yeah.
Even when we're on set, he doesn't say much, but don't take that for anything. He's observing. He sees everything.
He do. He observed. And another thing, when I'm hurt, you like it.
Well, what husband does? You attack my wife, you're attacking me.
But I thought he was gonna come on with me because we dressed alike. We matched.
You do match. You do match. I saw when you walked up. Okay.
Excuse me. Don't tell Frankie to come on the set. Dr. Carl needs it.
Need some backup, huh? So,
Even with the reunion show, I want to let the ladies know the husband always come out and join the wife. So hopefully the next reunion we have, the husband can join because it looks so together. Because most of all your husband and
They're all great guys.
yeah,
They are.
We all get along.
awesome. They support you all for this because I was supposed to do even during that time to do a presentation to all the husbands, like I did you all there. But and it's gonna get done because one thing about me, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do. But like I say, my health challenge scared me a little bit when they found a lump in my back and or so much.
and then you went back and forth to the hospital, back and forth, back and forth.
And a lot of y'all didn't know. I've been in the
No.
hospital about 10 times.
Right?
Yeah.
But y'all didn't know. I think Dr. Carl knew.
No, I knew, and Dr. Solomon told me not
Yeah,
to tell
so-
anybody. She says,
your
I've
daughter
gone
texted me
quiet,
one time.
I've gone dark,
Yeah.
Joy and Sunny Day do, and I don't want to talk to anybody. So
Right.
when you tell me you don't want to talk about it, I ain't talking about it.
So, and around the same time, that's when my sister passed from
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Sister.
And then you were out of town.
I just went
Shut
into
down
a
a little
place
bit, yeah.
and just
Yeah.
withdrew.
Right.
Well, I always
She
know
definitely did.
There's so much bigger things going on. That's why I said I don't harp on things like that, because there's so many other things in life that take people away from what their intentions are, and sometimes they're legitimate. So.
But going forward,
Especially because they recognize
reach out.
Right.
But because when I found out they found the lump, they wanted to do surgery right away.
Mm-hmm.
I think I didn't want to do that because first thing I walked through the door, he scheduled me. I said, oh no, hold on a minute. I have the premiere coming up, so I put it off, and then my vitamin D was low, and I've been in the hospital. Not even my church family at India was in the hospital so much time. So anything that was done, it was not willfully. Just my timing. The timing was not. But I'm and whatever I plan is gonna. Because one thing about when I plan something, if it don't take place, then it's gonna happen. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think this has just been a wonderful reunion. Does anybody else have anything that's on their heart they'd like to share?
Yeah, I wrote a book.
And I was reading your book today.
Good, good. Blondes read? Oh my God.
Blind engineers. Blind engineers.
So I heard you have a sister now that you didn't know about.
You got to read the book. It's called My Rise from the Wise Guys, and it ties into everything even Dr. Solomon was talking about, and the way you grew up and the way Deanna grew up. It doesn't make a difference who your parents are. It doesn't make a difference what color you are, where you come from, or who you are. It's what you want to be and where you want to go. So I wrote this book, not intending to write this kind of book, because I found out I had a sister that I didn't know existed. And then I found out my entire family was not what I thought.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't write the book to vilify my family, but people need to hear positives. Just because you're born in a certain, like one of my favorite surgeons is Ben Carson. His mother was on welfare, he's a neurosurgeon. You know, that's the role models we need.
Right.
The good thing about it is that as I listen to each woman's story, we all have a lot in common. And one thing I say, where you come from do not determine your future. We all come from a place where I never say poor, but I would say on the other side of the mountain. We all grew up with nothing. I came from Jamaica to this country as an immigrant. Share with you, I was a housekeeper. I was a dishwasher. I was a burger flipper. I've done it all. Deanna, when she was at her reunion, retired party, she shared her story. Tears, it was so, and even when I watch it, yesterday, tears, because I felt her pain for my child coming up and, didn't have this stability that a lot of American children have. But our faith in God, that's what kept us persevering, believe that one day, because when I was washing those dirty panties as a housekeeper, the last day when I stood in the house, I believe that God did not bring me to America to do that. And when I looked to heaven, I said, God, and I never go back. I never look back. Didn't even pick up my paycheck. So I know that God has something in store for all of us. So the greatest thing for me, each of us storyline is awesome. I talk about Janet when she talk about didn't know her mother and I should raise up, and it's so amazing. And these are things that empower the world. These are things that we want to continue to show more positive. And I realize as I go across the state of Florida to create these housewives show, everybody, the first thing is not drama. If you look in television today, there's so many violence that they're selling. We want women to empower each other. That's why it's so important that when there's anything, let's come together, show the world that we're better together, we're stronger together.
Amen. Sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're just going to go across. Any last minute words or encouragement?
Just that it's been great getting to know people, spending time together and being connected. And thank you, Dr. Solomon, for making all of this happen for us.
Thank you all too. So,
It's been a wonderful opportunity and adventure.
Absolutely.
Well, and bringing attention to our causes. So
Yeah.
the bike build, I love that you allowed me to help share their story
Right.
so that others can know about it and maybe help with it and things. Same thing with Habitat, that it's a wonderful organization, and I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that.
and all this story that was edited, it will be shown and aired. Nothing will be holding back. Janet, I know your time with your teaching me on radio, all of that, but it will be in my network. So take time to.
And the name of your network again?
Is RFS TV Network, and that will launch on February the 1st, 2023, and it will be in demand. So if y'all miss a show, you can always go back and see.
So to go on any service that we have on TV,
Yeah.
so people understand.
And what
Right.
Mr.
You just go to
Solomon,
anything demand, and then you can get it.
if you miss it on the channel, you could go right there.
You can go on, yeah, it'll fall down into
It will be
the
saved there.
Right.
The network
Is there
will
gonna
have
be an
its
app
own.
on the phone for
Yes,
that too?
the network will
Perfect.
have its own app.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
And I have my own app, by the way.
yeah, so everybody will be able to find
No,
it.
because then everybody can see it, and that's, a lot
Right.
of times, that information doesn't get dispensed out, and people are lost.
Right, so no one will be lost. Everyone will be found.
You never like to be lost, you know that, son.
Everyone will be found. Any final words from you, Dr. Carl? Because I know you always have a lot to say. So what is your final thoughts?
I just enjoyed the entire ride. I mean, it's been great. I mean, really, we meet Deanna and Ken. They're a great couple. Had a good time at their house. I hung out with your daughter and the son-in-law and had them cracking up. And then, Janet, oh my God, her and Debbie are like joined at the hip. I never know what the hell's going on. So it's been really nice to see that. I'd like us to get together more. If I had to say anything, I'd like to see the four couples do more. I know we all have crazy busy lives. This is just the way it is. But you can always find time.
Find time.
I always figure out how to find time. So that's it. I think everything's wonderful. I think you guys are doing an amazing job, and I'm ready to get new clothes.
And Debbie's ready to buy you some more. Or you buy yourself some more.
More Liberace.
Some more Liberace jackets.
For Elvis.
Okay, Elvis.
I like
Yes, we like it. We like that. We like Dr. Carl in that.
I'm shocked.
I'm sincere.
I know you are.
love this.
Well, I know you don't BS anybody, so.
Jennifer, anything you have to say? Any last words for you?
I just love all you guys.
We love you too.
Yeah, we're looking forward to season 2. All right, Miss Deanna, what about you? Any last words?
No, I was originally not cast, so I was very excited when I got invited. So it's really nice to be able to get to know new friends, learn about other people and their involvement, and I equate it to two fishermen, my life story to two fishermen and out fishing on a lake, and one fisherman is fishing, catching nothing, and he's watching this other fisherman keep throwing back. He'll catch something, kept throwing it back. And the guy's looking at him like, why does he keep throwing back all these fish? So they get back to the shore, they pull their boats up, and the one fisherman walked over and said, I gotta ask you, why do you keep throwing back all your fish? And he said, well, I only have a 7-inch pan. So if nothing else in life, think past where you are and think bigger. And to me, that has always stuck with me, is that you've got to think bigger than what you have in front of you. And your vision has to be strong, and you've done something with your vision. You've had a 7-inch pan, but you refuse to utilize it. You said, nope, I've got something bigger going on here, and I'm going to do everything I can. So I just think it's been a great opportunity to get to know everybody, and the encouragement has been really nice as well. So think big.
That was a great way to sum it up.
Think big.
I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that really did.
That was all. We're going to save Dr. Solomon for last. Joy, we haven't heard a lot from you today.
Because you know I
Thoughts?
don't like to talk that much, but
What's in the cello?
no, but I mean, this has been, a phenomenal opportunity, and I thank you, Dr. Solomon, for including me in this journey and giving me the opportunity. It's been a growth thing for me, learning new things and new challenges, meeting some amazing people. Every single one of you in here are just amazing, and just listening to your stories has really built me up as well. Like seeing what you guys have overcome, what you've been able to accomplish, just gives me hope and the desire to push forward, and the dreams and that I have for my own life. So thank you. Every single one of you.
Well, I will say this. Then we're going to turn it over to Dr. Solomon for her final thoughts. It has been a great journey. This is only the beginning. This is the Orlando Housewives Season 1 reunion. So there's many, many more to come, but it's been a great journey. It's just beginning. And I have enjoyed meeting so many wonderful women. I think we must have went through about 300 women in casting, and they all were wonderful, wasn't that? I mean, the stories and everything. But so I have enjoyed so much, because I'm a great listener, so I've enjoyed so much hearing all the wonderful stories and like you said, things people have overcome, their desires, their interests, the things that they're involved in, and that all just pours into you, right? So it just motivates me as well, and it lifts my spirit every time I talk to you guys. And with that, I'm going to give the last words.
Deborah, did you say?
I'm sorry, Debbie, did I not ask you? I sure didn't. I went to Dr. Call.
See?
Because you
Then I get the blame. You're always over talking to your wife. You know, poor woman. You're killing me.
I'm sorry.
Frankie.
I'm so sorry.
It's been really wonderful. It was a fabulous season, and on to bigger and better season 2. And with all the expansion of your shows in different areas, you're a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, she is. Yes, she
Proud of
is.
you. We're all very proud of you.
Absolutely. So with that, your final words. And this is, before she does that, this is the executive producer, Dr. Rosemarie Solomon.
First, I want to thank God, because without Him, none of these would be possible.
We got it just in case.
And I know she's just overwhelmed at this point in time with everything that has come to fruition. You know, it's been a long journey. Months and months of hard work.
Yeah, for 3 years. First, I just want to thank each and every one of your ladies. Debbie, you've been, that's so many called. Janet, I love you. Deanna, appreciate y'all guys. Jennifer,
And then
Joy.
Lisa, that's not here. Little Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa's
Evie,
not here.
love her.
and Joy and Sanjay, I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and the support that y'all give to me. And I mean, for everything that I do, y'all are there. I mean, I keep y'all going so much. I didn't realize I have so much stuff back to back. Back to back.
Back to back.
But I'm just grateful for all of y'all ladies, and thank y'all. Because I say this all the time, without y'all, it would not be an Orlandohousewives. And y'all are amazing. And even when it comes to putting a party together, y'all did it with excellence and so much joy and so much energy. And today for me, I'm walking away here with the mindset and, you know, learning so much today from each one of you. This is why it's so important that we talk. Because when we talk, then we can stop out and we get an understanding. And the Bible is saying everything get an understanding. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I tell y'all enough how, because y'all make up the show. You know, like Sandy said, we went through over 300 ladies. It was so much. Even now, they still calling. But with y'all, and with Dr. Carl, he's a big influence to me. Always send me texts of encouragement, inspiration. And I want to let you know how much I appreciate that too. And the key thing, I want to thank my husband, because without him, I couldn't do it without him. He's like my rock.
That's a
my
testament to all you women.
Yeah.
All your husbands support you.
Right.
You're all special women. And that's another message that goes out there.
Right.
So thank you, Dr. Solomon, because you're doing more than just empowering women. It's also
Yeah.
couples.
And also, all my friends are here today. Joyce, I called her and asked me, Joyce, you gonna be here today? You didn't tell me. I said, I thought I did. But I have great friends. I do have, and I see Asa here today too. I have great friends outside the show that I could call and they're there for me. And that's love. And love is not love until it's given away. And if I can't do nothing else in this world, I want to be able to show love and to reach a nation. And that's why I'm continuing to do this reality show. And I believe one day in my heart, and I'm going to speak it in the atmosphere, that I will take over the industry, and not just here, because I'm getting ready to do Jamaica Housewife. I just got a call from the Bahamas. They want to invite me there. They want to invite the housewife there to do a parade, and they want it. So people want to see good stuff. People want to see positive. As we look around during the corona, we lost so many people.
Right.
So many people are dying, gone. So in this moment that we are living, we need to let each other know how much we appreciate them and love them. You don't have to call me every day, but just send me a text and say, hi, Dr. Solomon, how you doing? Hi, Dr. Carl, how you doing? And I'm walking away from this today, I will do that more often with y'all ladies. Saying, many times y'all don't hear from me, not that I don't want to call, but I have so much. And of course, y'all know I have a sister who's 65, and just a couple of days ago, she just withdrew, and if y'all see me burnt down a lot because I'm thinking about her.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people really know that whole story.
Right.
Like, her sister is living in her house with her. She's taking care of her with a nurse full time, 24 hours a day. She hasn't gotten out of a bed in what, 3 years, something
Wow.
like that. Like it's a lot. It's a heavy burden to bear, and
Right.
to see, like she said, her sister's withdrawing. It's like her sister's given up on life, basically.
Yeah, like she's not eating right now.
Right.
So it's a lot, you know.
So,
She's
right.
full. She's very full right now. But I think with all of us coming together, with the love that was shown today, these are the moments that help you, that make you stronger, right?
Right.
And so you know we are pouring all of our love into you right now. And our prayers and our hugs for you, your family, and for your sister.
All right, I thank you because as I was telling my husband coming, I said, I think I've done all that I can for 3 years. I fight for everything for her. When I got her, they only give me 3 hours a day. I can't do nothing. I went to court, and it was my fate when I went to court. First I called the governor's office. Sometimes it's who you know.
Right.
And then they gave me the number for the insurance, the person in charge of all the insurance in the state of Florida. And she told me, I went to court, and we do it online. Thank God for a friend of mine, a nurse practitioner, because one Sunday I actually break down. Because it was a lot. She come over, and when I went to court, they were fighting me, just 3 hours a day. I said, I can't do nothing with this. And I took them to court, but before, see, God is so good. And that's why for me, everything I do, I put God first. When we get on the line, and we swear in, and the judge say, okay, before my husband testified, the lawyer said, I didn't go with no lawyer because Jesus was my lawyer. And he said, you know what, I will give Dr. Sam whatever she wants. Did you understand? Did you hear what it says? And you under their lie. Tell them send it over to me right now. So they gave me $136 a week for it.
Wow.
So I have somebody 7 days a week. So everything that I do, I fight for her to get it. But like in my conclusion, my husband encouraged me today. But when you see a loved one like that, your heart just bleeds. She was a good person, so good. And he said to me, you done all you can. So my thing is, but I went in and I prayed for her because like she just withdraw, and she's not eating, she's not talking. So I just feel hurt for her because I feel like she's giving up.
Right.
But I know there's a God and he's a healer. You know, like he healed a woman with the issue of blood, he can heal her. So that's where I'm at. So, but being here today, I came this morning with a heavy heart. But I could truly say I'm leaving with my mind clear. So it's filled with the love and support that I have from you all today. And I love you all, and the best is yet to come. Looking forward for season 2 and to see what God is in store for us.
And that is a wrap for Orlando Housewives Season 1 Reunion.
All
right. Cheers.
Cheers down there.
Cheers, 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 cheers.